And now on matters infrastructure, talking of this, we have Central Kenya leaders from, that is Central Kenya of Kenya, had to sit down with Kenya National Highways Authority to deliberate on the road project that runs from Kenol-Marua. The project will cost 22 billion shillings. The leaders say they are satisfied with KeNHA's plan and are positive that this will transform the region's economy further.
And we're very happy so far with the progress that is going on with regard to this road that's going to start the dual carriageway from Kenol all the way to Makutano, Sagana and Marua. And the concerns that we've always had have been addressed. They have done a comprehensive analysis of all the work that needs to be done in terms of compensation for our farmers. We've also discussed other ancillary projects that we need to do around the town so that we do not destabilize the towns or maybe build roads that will ensure or will cause that some towns end up closing. So issues of access roads have been discussed, other projects that will support like schools that are along the road. All those issues have been discussed and deliberated, and we're very happy with the leadership of the chairman and the DG, the work that they have done so far.
By October, we shall be ready to start off the works. It will only take 3 years to finish. So we think within the next 3 years, we should be able to find the road having been done between Kenol to Marua.
Now, as governors deliberated on the fate of roads, we now want to speak to one of our correspondents in Meru County, George Maringa, who joins us right now by phone to paint for us a picture of the state of roads in the country. George, where do we stand in terms of connectivity by road in the country?
Good afternoon, Noah. Indeed, now in Meru, the situation is quite different. Okay, there are some roads which are, yes, well constructed. There are those who are still part of the promises by the Jubilee government during the campaign season, that is specifically between the 2017 and 2018 year. Now, Meru is one of the beneficiaries of the counties, or one of the counties which benefited from the rural, or rather the urbanization of roads in the rural sector. Remember, some of the cabinet ministers include one notable, Kiraitu Murungu, who is currently the governor. And during his tenure, it is that time that he lobbied for some of the roads that are constructed by the national government that connect the interiors of Meru County. Now, it is important to note that, however, in as much as there are some of the roads which are well constructed, there are some that still need construction. Some are still under the national government. There are those that are still under the county government. So we can say the county is at 65%, between 65 and 70% on average. Because even as we speak, there are some roads which were done by the previous government, that is by Governor Peter Munya, but the roads were actually installed these formats that we call the cabros. And then that is also something that the current governor of Meru, Kiraitu Murungi, is doing to connect the town and also the rural areas. Though there is still more that needs to be done, but in terms of connectivity, Meru is quite well off, so more still needs to be done now.
All right, so maybe just closing up, Maringa, there's the issue of county governments being involved. Of course, we have road agencies, but we see that our counties use very minimum resources in terms of developing infrastructure and whatnot. In Meru County, is that the case, or they are allocating more funds to development other than recurrent expenditure?
No, indeed. Meru County, we've had the chance to speak to the CEC Finances, also the Deputy Governor, and he has stipulated how they used the budget for the 2017-2018 financial year. Now, some of those projects were actually, some of the monies were actually channeled towards development. There is the urbanization of roads, or rather the construction of roads, and we did have a project that was initiated last year actually by the county government of Meru, that is the Meru Youth Service. Now, one of the tenets of the Meru Youth Service is to ensure that those who graduate from this service, which is just a replica of the National Youth Service, get to do some of these works, and not only in textile, but also in healthcare and above all roads. So in as much as they're also trying to get funding and to have roads constructed by the national government, we can see they're putting quite some effort in ensuring that some of the roads are not only done by the county government, but also they benefit the community in terms of those who are employed, the young people. And we've had some of the roads actually, even as we speak, there is a road, there is a bypass that is currently ongoing. Remember, Meru is quite an old town, and therefore the planning that was initially done makes therefore Meru town itself quite congested. So there is a bypass that is connecting from a place called Gitimbini, going around through the behind the town and connecting other places like Jackie, which is supposed to be commissioned by the president. So and now that road will also be fed by other feeder roads which are being constructed by the county government. So in terms of the county government efforts, they have done quite some job, in as much as more still needs to be done in ensuring that the road connectivity or the road network in the entire Meru County